After 17-year-old Trayvon Martin gunned down by the captain of Neighborhood Watch, George Zimmerman walks free. Well, immediately, Zimmerman back in court when his living girlfriend claims he points a shotgun right in her face, a loaded shotgun. Well, tonight, after all these two have put us through, the girlfriend now jumps up and says she wants to drop charges against George Zimmerman. Will it ever end?
She's pregnant. I'm not going to put her through that kind of stress.
It was just last month that Samantha Scheibe told police that Zimmerman pointed a shotgun at her during an argument.
She alleged that he had broken a table and at one point pointed a long-barreled shotgun at her.
Now she's saying that never happened.
After all these two have put us through, suddenly the girlfriend of George Zimmerman, who told police he pointed a long gun, a shotgun, straight at her face, threw her out of her own place, barricaded himself in there. She calls 911 hysterical. Now she wants to drop charges. Straight out to Deborah Roberts, anchor with Florida News Network. Deborah, what the hey?
Nancy, the only thing I can say is that it is the holidays, and George Zimmerman is the gift that just keeps on giving. And his girlfriend, Samantha Scheibe, I guess, is feeling very charitable this holiday season now that she's willing to go back on everything, including the dramatic 911 call, the statements to the police, everything. It's all now just a misunderstanding.
The dramatic 911 call. I want to hear that again, Liz. Cue it back up for me. Everybody, wait till you hear what the girlfriend, the live-in lover, says. She says that I was being questioned by police and I was not allowed anything to eat or drink for a very long time. What? So you lie? Listen to this 911 call.
Are you serious?
911, police, paramedical.
I need police right now.
Okay, what's your address?
You're the one that's breaking stuff in my house.
Ma'am, what's going on?
He's in my house breaking all my because I asked him to leave. He has a freaking gun breaking all of my stuff right now. No, this is not.
Okay.
I'm doing this again? You just broke my glass table. You just broke my sunglasses, and you put your gun in my freaking face and told me to get the out because this is not your house. No, get out of here.
Okay, what is your name? Okay, where is it?
Whoa, wait a minute. Clark Goldband, is this the same woman, Samantha Scheibe, who says
yes.
Now in an affidavit, and I'm reading from official court documents, we got our mitts on them.
That's
George
right.
never, she refers to him in his given name, George. George never pointed a gun at or toward my face in a threatening manner. What?
That's right. It's a complete about-face, Nancy. And if you go through this whole document, you see that she believes law enforcement misunderstood or misrepresented some of those claims. Now, law enforcement and prosecutors not taking this down lightly. Look at the statement on your screen. They say that, in fact, she may have misspoken about the facts. She had access to food, access to water, and you know what? She may be confused on what she's saying.
Unleash Your Lawyers, David Wolf, Jason Lamb joining me. David Wolf, veteran defense attorney out of Atlanta, Jason Lamb in New York. But first to Frank Taffy. Gentlemen, take a listen to the spokesperson and friend of George Zimmerman, Frank Taffy. So, Taffy, I'm sure you couldn't be happier. The live-in lover wants to drop charges against Zimmerman.
Well,
yes? I know I've got Taffy. Let me know when you get his satellite ready, but I want to freeze that frame right there and keep that. David Wolf, Jason Lamb. How often is it that women drop domestic cases? Now, David Wolf, don't even start with me because you and I have tried cases against each other. Just try to tell me the truth, okay? How often is it that women drop charges against their lovers, their boyfriends, their husbands, their exes? Tell me the truth.
Pretty frequently, particularly when they're lying in the 911 calls. That was the most rehearsed, orchestrated, prepared bit of nonsense I'd ever heard in my life.
Jason Lamb, why are you shaking your head yes, like you
because
were there
Nancy,
on the scene?
You know
when
what?
police
We
got
are on the
there,
same page.
He had a long gun. He had a long gun. You can hear him in the background. All the items that she was talking about he was breaking were broken.
I'm sorry,
So
I didn't hear anything breaking. I didn't hear anything breaking in the background.
I didn't say that. I didn't say you could hear it.
All right,
I
Nancy,
think you're probably hearing yourself talking more than anything else.
I'm hearing you talking. Liz, can you just cut her mic for a minute? Because, Nancy, the fact is, this is a he said, she said case. And you know, as a former prosecutor, how tough it is. Well, how tough is it to go up there and impeach your key witness? You have to get up there as a prosecutor and say your witness is lying.
Defense attorney, no. That never happened to me in court. I never had that problem. Maybe you two have to impeach your own witnesses. I never had that problem. Back to Deborah Roberts, Florida News Network. Deborah, in the 911 call, Liz, in a moment, could you please cue that back up? You hear her telling him, you hear her referring to him breaking items. When police got there, isn't it true items had been broken?
Including a glass table and her sunglasses and various other items as well.
And isn't it true that George Zimmerman had barricaded him? He's the man, number one. He outweighs her by 100 pounds and 6 or 7 inches. He's the man, all right? He's got the gun, not her, and he barricades himself in her place. Deborah Roberts, isn't that true? When police got there, that had happened?
Yes, it did. He barricaded himself, and he barricaded himself in a home that wasn't his. Police say when they were able to get inside, they did find him calm and cooperative. But the case is they had to fight their way into that residence before George Zimmerman would let them get in.
So, Frank Taffy, everything she says in the 911 call has been corroborated. He is, I'll throw this to you, David Wolf. He is in the home barricaded. He's got the long gun. All the items are broken. The table is broken. It's her place. She's on the outside locked out. So the only thing she lied about then was that he pointed the gun at her?
He's the one that was calm. She's the one that was going berserk outdoors. It's likely that she tore up all the stuff in the house. He pushed her out of the house and locked the door.
Try to look at me with this big fat lie.
It's the truth.
Look at me. I want to see if you can actually look at me and say she broke all of her own stuff.
Yes, because she was angry.
You didn't look at me. Look at me.
Because she was angry.
You're saying she broke all of her own stuff.
She was angry at him. She was not injured. She was, who knows for what. But what she did was she called the police, told them that he did all of the things she did. What if she said he tied me to the chair and beat me? Would the fact that a chair is there prove that? No.
All right. Do I have Frank Taffy yet?
Yeah, I'm
okay,
right here.
Taffy, are you going along with this? You know, Taffy, I know you represent, you speak for George Zimmerman. But
Nancy,
come on, man. You can't go along with the defense attorney saying that she broke all her own stuff.
Right now, he's not a look. He's a victim in all this. Okay, he's vulnerable.
He's vulnerable, so he breaks people's furniture and points a gun.
They see a golden pot at the end of the rainbow. They're all jumping on there.
After all these two have put us through, now the girlfriend of George Zimmerman says she wants to drop charges. And, you know, I only wish you had her sworn affidavit that we got our mitts on. She says that when she called police 911, she was not allowed to eat or drink anything for a long time. So what, Frank Taffy? I get hungry and thirsty, so when I pull up to McDonald's, I should start, breaking all the furniture and pull a long gun on the little girl taking my order? When you get tired and hungry, what?
Just think about George in lockup. He didn't get to eat for almost 48 hours either.
Well, look, you know what? It's not going to hurt him to miss a meal. He's going to be okay with missing a meal, Taffy. I think he'll be okay. All right?
Yeah, well,
but I want to get back to, are you chiming in?
I'll agree with you on that.
Are you chiming in with the defense lawyers that this girl, this woman, Samantha Scheibe, is it Scheibe or Scheibe?
It's a ruse. It's a prevarication.
You're saying she broke all of her own stuff.
It's a facade, okay? They see him as a meal ticket because he might be $2.5 million in debt right now. But guess what? He's going to have buku bucks down the road.
Okay, Taffy.
Guaranteed. I haven't been wrong yet on your show.
Talking about seeing him as a meal ticket, it's my understanding that's her place. He was freeloading off of her. She didn't see him as a meal ticket. She's having to give him a place. Everything is completely bass-backwards in this scenario. Out to Celia in Florida. Hi, Celia. What's your question? Oops. Danielle, Illinois. Hi, Danielle. What's your question, dear?
Hi, Nancy. I just want to say, first of all, R.I.P. Trayvon Martin. And secondly, I want to know, is it possible that the prosecutor could pick this up on their own, kind of like how they do when the roles are reversed gender-wise?
Oh, Celia. I can remember, Danielle. Danielle, I can remember when I had a case. I had just started prosecuting felonies, and I had a woman with a broken leg, broken in several spots. She came into court on crutches. Her leg, she was in a body cast from about the bra down with this broken leg. And trailing along behind her was her surly-looking live-in lover, and she wanted to drop charges. And he was right there putting her up to it. I was afraid if I didn't drop them that he would beat her even more. So what I did was let her fight with me about it, how much she didn't want to prosecute and she didn't want to take the stand, and I prosecuted him anyway, and I put him where he belonged, behind bars, without her cooperation. Bottom line, he ended up taking a guilty plea. But no, it's very, very difficult, practically speaking, to prosecute a case when your crime victim won't get on the stand and tell the truth. David Wolf, Jason Lamb, take off your defense hats just for a moment. Let's talk about the predicament she has put herself in, okay? She has given this police report, and a police report is a sworn statement. I mean, if you look at the bottom of it, David Wolf, as you and I, and all three of us have done many times, it says, I hereby swear that this is the truth when the police officer signs it. The fact that she called 911 and gave this report that he pulled a shotgun on her, which I think he did, she's in a lot of hot water now retracting that, David.
Well, she could never be a witness in a case now. She's saying that the police officers lied now, and they put in their report something that she didn't say. She's completely incredible, and there's nothing that they can do to prosecute George Zimmerman. And as far as this case, they're done.
Practically speaking, they can't go forward with it. And very quickly, Frank Taffy, I guess you're just dancing a jig.
No, not really, Nancy. I'm doing the hula. I just got back from Maui.
Well, you know what? On that note, up next, everybody.